All right, we're working on changing quadratic equations from standard form to vertex form for this video. So that's our objective, is just to change that from one form to the other. If you guys remember, just quickly, a quick reminder, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c, and then vertex form is this a parentheses x minus h. It's an h squared plus k, where if you guys remember h and k, this point, this is my vertex, if you guys remember from the previous video there. So that's what we're looking at today. So yeah, let's get right into this. So there's really three things that you guys need to be able to do. We first need to find h, which again, that's going to be that part, the x part of my vertex. Again, remember this is an xy value, but we call it x or h and k because it's representing that vertex. And then after that, we need to find h, or use h, plug that in to find k. And then once we've done that, we'll write our equation at the very end. Okay, so let's show you how to do this. To find h, we're going to use a nice little equation. That equation, h is just equal to negative b all over 2a. So that's one of the equations you probably have to make sure you know and make sure you remember. You got to have that to be able to find h in this case. So if I look at this equation down here, obviously this one's in standard form. I've got my a is 4, I've got b is negative 16, and I have c is 7 for my standard form here. So I'm going to find h first. We're going to go negative, and I like to just write my equation out like this. B goes here and a goes here. So this is going to be negative 16, and then this is going to be 4 for this one. Okay? So again, I just plug in b here and a here, and then I'm going to simplify that. That gives me 16, and then that gives me 8 here, and that is going to give me 2 total. So the h is 2, which is great. Then I'm going to find k. To find k, I'm going to plug this 2 back into my equation here for x. So this is going to be 4, and then I'm going to have something squared minus 16, and something plus 17. Again, I like to use parentheses because it keeps all my order of operations great. And so for this, I'm going to put 2 in for this because that's what I got for h, or for h at that point in time. And then you can do this in your head. You can do it step by step. You can use your calculator, whichever way you want to do that. When you simplify this, you're going to get 1 for this one. Okay, so I have h is 2, I have k is 1, and then the last thing is to write my equation. I'm going to write it with this form right up here. So I just go and write y equals, and then I'm going to put a is 4, okay, because that's what a is for the standard form, so that doesn't change. And then it's x minus, and then I go with h, which is 2. And then don't forget your squared. A lot of people forget that, but that has to be there. That's part of my vertex form up here. And then I'm going to go plus 1. And that is in standard form. Or, sorry, vertex form. So I've gone from standard form right up here to vertex form down below here. Okay? That's how you do that. So I'm gonna do another example, and then we'll go through a word problem as well really quick. Okay, so we're just gonna do the same thing just with this one on the right here. Okay, so again, the first thing I'm gonna do is find h. I guess I should identify a, b, and c. A is negative 2, b is negative 16, and c is negative 36. So we're going to plug values in here. I'm going to plug b here, so that's negative 16, and a here, which is negative 2. Then I'm going to simplify. This gives me 16 over negative 4, which is going to give me negative 4. Okay. Then I'm going to find k. To find k, I have to use my equation my standard form equation. So, except for I'm going to replace the x with my h. So this -4 is going to go right here. And then again, you guys can use your calculator. You can just do it step by step. Either way to find the next value here. So for this one, this doesn't happen all the time, but this one we end up getting -4 again. So I have h's and k are both the exact same values. And then from there, I just write my equation. So this one, I'm going to have y equals, again, a goes first, so that's -2, parenthesis x minus, I need h. H is -4, but instead of writing -4, I'm just going to go a negative makes a positive. That's one little subtlety. Make sure you don't forget that negative becomes positive. And then this is going to be -4, or it's going to be plus a -4, which is the same thing as saying minus. So this would be my vertex form for this. Okay. All right. So one application problem. We look at this. So we've got our good friend Uncle Rico is throwing a football, and that path of that football is represented, or actually not necessarily the path, but the height off the ground after t seconds is represented with that equation right there, -4.9 t squared plus 19.6 t plus 58.8, where t is the time and h is the height of the ball from the ground. What is the maximum height the ball gets from the ground? So the reason why this is nice is if when you're tracking a ball, it's going to go up and then it's going to go back down, and that value where it comes back down, that point. Okay, so again, if I drew this like kind of a model of this, it's going to go up. It's going to go up and then back down. This value right here, and this is t, and this is h, right? So at t seconds, however long that is, it's going to be at a certain height. Well, this point, remember, is an xy point, and it's a specific xy point. It's that vertex. So this is that vertex, and so I want to find that vertex for that. I'm just using t instead of x and h instead of y, but you can think of the same thing there. So I want to find my h. I want to find the vertex, which is finding h and finding k. So we're going to find h first. So we'll go b here, so 19.6 and -4.9. So we are going to have, let's see, -19.6, and we've got 2 times -4.9. So that's a nice number. So this is going to give me 2. Okay. So what that's saying is when my time is 2 seconds, so this would be 2 seconds, it's reached its height, the maximum height. But this question's wanting the maximum height, so to find that maximum height, I'm just going to find k, because that's going to be how high it is after 2 seconds. So we're going to plug in 2 for my equation that they give me to start with my standard form. Okay, so we're going to plug 2 in here, and again, then we're going to use our calculator, or this one's probably going to be better to use that, and unless you're really good at your decimal values. So this gives me 78.4. And so since this is, it doesn't actually tell us, this is supposed to be in feet. So this would be feet here. And what that's saying is that 2 seconds, it's at 78.4, which is that top value. And so this would be my answer. I actually do not need to put it in standard form, but I do need to find h and k. So that's why having something in vertex form, you can see max heights and at what time those occur. as well. So that's why this is useful, one of the things that it's useful for. So, okay, well, make sure you guys know how to put things in vertex form, and this has been your math moment with your mummy. Adios.